The recording has started. The stream has started.
Lights, camera, action.
The Misfit Brothers are here. Hello, and welcome to the podcast for this week of March?
3rd, 10th.
March 10th.
March 10th.
Welcome to the podcast for March 10th. I am here, as always. Schizo is here for you with your gaming news. And we have two talking dots here. We have RoboPhil and E-Rock, Slayer, and the Misfit Brothers, and we're here to talk about them gaming stuffs. How you doing, fellas?
Yes, sir. Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Yeah. Tell me what you've been playing this week.
Been playing a bit of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
The latest one. Good game. Got it a while ago, but just didn't put any time into it. Now, eventually getting some time into it, and it's probably the best looking game I've seen.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Haven't really got too far, maybe 3 or 4 hours in, so I'd really talk about how it plays, but good game.
So they definitely seem like they fixed some shit since the debacle with the one that came free with Xbox One. Because I got an Xbox One and I got that Assassin's Creed, the Paris one, I believe.
Oh, it was terrible. It was the missions. The only good part were the missions, but there was just nothing in between.
No.
Nothing to do. The London one was great. Really good. Yeah. And this one is just like it's a step up again. That year break was just well worth it.
Yeah, and it's like they seem to have pushed it out. Like it wasn't ready to go at all. Like when I was playing it, it was like I was walking through like walls and I was falling through ground, and it was just fucking. Sometimes textures didn't even load, and there were just masses of just blobs everywhere.
Yeah. That's what annoys me about games when the worst thing was when you're running up to someone and they're wearing an outfit, and then all of a sudden they're like full clothed and just loads in. Yeah. Oh, that annoys me. And buildings just load in, and you're like, Yeah.
You're like, that annoys me to like no end. And that added with the way the not leveling system, but the missions were, like how sparse it seemed in between. It really, I couldn't handle it. I had to stop. I mean, the direction and stuff and everything. I don't know, man.
I think the big thing about it was the level design. So on the older Assassin's Creed, jumping over roofs was easy, but they kept making the game more vertical. So eventually when they make it more vertical, you have to jump over buildings. It takes just so long to get to one place to the other, not because of the distance, but because of the buildings you had to go over. Yeah. Jump over. It just made it, the whole traveling system, the parkour was awful. And then in the next one, they added a grapple hook, which just brought the traveling so much easier.
Have you played any Assassin's Creeds there, Slayer, that you liked?
I liked all of them for the most part, and Origins looks fantastic. We were jamming, and our keyboardist there was playing Origins, and it looks so good. My favorites, though, were Brotherhood. Brotherhood was great. Black Flag was great.
Yeah.
I didn't like the one.
Black Flag.
Yeah, it was fun as hell. I wasn't a big fan of the one in Paris. Whatever that one was, where they introduced like muskets and stuff like that. Well, it was all right. It seemed a lot like the first one, but Brotherhood and Up for the most part was fantastic. I love the series. Absolutely love it. And I can't wait to play Origins. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a try too. It's in Egypt, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Later on in like Endgame and stuff, you actually fight the Egyptian gods. Like Seth,
that's cool,
and Ra and stuff like that, and the alligator one, whatever his name was. So there's that. So
that's cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
it's supposed to be the original how the assassins were set up.
Yeah,
so I'm told. Obviously haven't played much of it, but it's supposed to be back before the original assassins.
Yeah,
so, pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been playing Monster Hunter again. For when I did play this week, it was mostly Monster Hunter, and been trying out that new Tera, the Tera open beta.
Oh yeah.
It's actually not bad. It's not bad. They got a few kinks to mix up, but
yeah. The aggro system is way out of whack.
Ridiculous.
Like it's really bad, ridiculous. And I expect like the huge traffic in the major cities and shit make the Xbox lag up, and there's moments I feel like I'm playing on the PC, and I used to play World of Warcraft with you guys, so it felt exactly like that, and I was like, oh shit, look, I'm in Dalaran. Fuck.
I never had a problem in Dalaran because my PC could run it, but you took about 10 minutes to load in with about three crashes and
at the lowest setting. Like I barely had any texture. It was like I was playing like WoW, the Play-Doh game, and fucking shit wouldn't load in. So I was like, fuck that.
Textures just look like soup.
I was like, I gotta get right up somebody's face for like the fucking eyes to load in. It was great.
The thing I didn't like about it was when you're killing if you needed to kill 5 of a certain type of enemy, if you didn't get the first hit, then you didn't get the credit.
It's weird because I don't even know if it works like that, because I've gotten the first hit, I've initiated the fight, and somebody would get the last hit and it'd be credited to them, or vice versa. It's like there's no set what it does. It's weird.
It might even be that whoever puts the most damage on the person gets the credit. Maybe it's hard to say.
Yeah,
there's that many people playing that.
Yeah,
it's just like 4 or 5 people hitting the same person. You're like, you don't know whether you're getting the credit at all or not.
Yeah, well, I always get the credit. That couldn't be it because I'm always the heavy hitter. I am the heavy hitter in the team, so that doesn't explain anything anyway. You know,
you're the backpacker.
No, I'm never in a backpack. No, sir. I hold up mine in Misfit Brothers, and I've never killed any of you before in a game, ever. How are you gonna laugh? Sydney's off screen and she's laughing at that shit. I didn't sell it.
Any game of friendly fire is dangerous with Curtis.
I don't even do it. Back in the day when you could play Double Dragon and you could play like the B style of Double Dragon where you can actually hit your brother during the game, I wouldn't play that option because I keep punching the other person. I think there's something wrong with me. I don't know, or it could be you. You need to work your shit out.
I think there's definitely something wrong with you.
Perfect. Well, let's get into the news. On that note, Nintendo Direct event for March confirms that Super Smash Brothers will be on the Switch this year. Everybody loses their shit. You guys fans of Smash Brothers?
Yes. Well, it's good little fighting, put me down game. Good to pick up and play for a little bit and put me down, right? So I was always a fan. Good drinking game, a couple friends, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it is. It's very much like you don't have to have any story. You don't have any shit like that. You just fucking say, hey, you want to go for a game of Smash Brothers? You pick up the controller and you go for a fucking game. That was it. And that was the great thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of the same sort of, obviously a different type of game, but the Mario Karts where you could just pick it up and you could just have a race with your mate.
Yep.
And the most fun part is just playing with other people in the room with you.
Yep. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how it's like it was. Capcom did it like with Capcom and Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. And all those arcade games. but that was arcade, right? So I was like, anytime I see any weird little thing like that come over, like Smash Bros. Was the first time you see like Link versus Pikachu and shit like that. And I love that shit. And I mean, they introduced other things like Metroid was in there, and they threw, oh man, so many great characters. And I love that whole idea. That's like, you ever read comics when you were a kid and you read the What If comic? Like, what if the Hulk versus Wolverine, or what if like weird names versus each other? Those games feel like that was exactly what it was. It was like, what if Link could kick a Pokemon's ass? I mean,
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a great thing. Yeah. What was your favorite character?
I never played a lot of it, so I can't remember.
Samus.
No.
That I can remember. I mean, it's like, geez, the last one I played may have been for the Wii.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
So.
That was the last one I played. I think I always was. Who was it? Was Donkey Kong, was it?
Yeah.
I liked him.
I liked the kid from Earthbound. He was cool because he had the bat. I liked him. And I'd play as Mario just because it feels like it was Mario's universe. So Mario have to kick your ass. Or Star Fox, that was fun too, especially if you did the one where you're on the actual Star Fox jet. It was good stuff.
I'd like to see another Star Fox come out. Even like, I know Nintendo owns it and stuff, but to get that on like the PC or the Xbox, man, that'd be so much fun. Loved the Star Fox series. That's what I'm doing next Retro Day, man. Doing some Star Fox 64. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love it.
Oh yeah. A while ago now, we were talking about Microsoft trying to get either it was Valve E3 or Valve EA or
PUBG.
what was that one? Bluehole,
PUBG.
Right? That's who makes PUBG. Yeah, and it was like Gabe Newell this week said that guess what? We're making games again, bitches. So
I know.
I don't know.
It's I reckon they'll start off with, because isn't it Valve? They do their own VR.
Yeah,
they'll probably push a lot of VR games.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's just all hope that it's the one we all want. There's only one.
Can't even talk about it. No, because you can't talk about it because it's fucking, man. Do you remember when they started saying shit about that? Long time ago, and people, how many years has it been since like Half-Life, new Half-Life, and I was like, and people go like batshit. Do you think it'll ever happen?
Never really did Half-Life.
Oh man, you need to play Half-Life. It is.
I played a little bit of like maybe 3.
Yeah,
maybe.
Isn't 3 the one that they're trying to get to come out? If you played that one, man, you got fucking access. I was like, I want to see your credentials. That's the one they've been saying, like, might be coming out. Ooh, Half-Life 3 confirmed. I was like, no, it's not. Slayer played the only one.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they didn't bring it out. Ruined it for everyone.
Slayer played it, and then he was like, you know what? It's not that good. And they were like, well, we're not going to put it out now. You fucked it up for everyone. You're that one guy from, remember when we were talking about the retro a couple of weeks ago when Super Mario 2 came out and we got that Doki Doki Panic. And the story was that they sent a copy of Super Mario 2, the actual one, to this guy in North America. And the guy played it and he was like, that is too hard. And then the Japanese people were like, yeah, that's too hard for them. Let's send them something easier. So you were that guy that did that.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I think most people they didn't even finish the episodes for number 2.
Yeah,
I think there was one of the episodes they didn't release, or at least they didn't make it. I'm not sure what the story is, but I mean, I would just take that for now. Take that and then make a new Half-Life game. Forget this VR.
Yeah,
it was a Half-Life. Even a Portal. Portal games are pretty cool.
Yeah. There you go. That'll be the return of Gladys. That was the name of the robot, right?
Yeah. The robot was the guy with the British accent.
What's his name? Wasn't it? I think it was a woman, wasn't it? Gladys, like the main one, the main robot that was. You had one that was like a sidekick, right? But you had Gladys was the one running the whole facility.
Oh yeah. It was like a robot with an attitude.
Yeah, and it's like at moments you're like, oh, that robot cares, and it was like, no, it doesn't. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think now. What else? Valve. The Left 4 Dead. Fuck, Left 4 Dead would be an awesome one.
There was one of Valve developers put up the sign behind his name on Facebook was the 3 fingers. And if you know anything about Left 4 Dead, it was always like 1 finger was Left 4 Dead,
yeah.
2, and then he get his sign behind his name is that 3 fingers. It's the Left 4 Dead zombie hand with 3 fingers, and nobody said anything about it. That's just his background now. So
I mean, it feels like a good time for it to come out because we've got the Vermintide.
Yep.
We've got that one, the Siege. What do you call that game we were playing? New update for Siege.
Chimera, but
blank
the
here.
one we played. Yeah, this is me drawing a blank. Outcast, Outlast,
Yeah, Outbreak.
Outbreak, out something or other. But yeah,
Yep.
I still got that lying around somewhere too.
Seems like this sort of era is coming back. You know, the 4v everything.
Yeah.
Seems like that's coming back again. You know, the way things seem to. At the minute, they're on the battlegrounds. At the minute, with the PUBG and Fortnite, and then everything. It always just goes full circle. And then so it feels like they're starting to make them games. So hopefully, it's a good time for.
Well, even
for Dead.
Even For Honor was 4v4, wasn't it?
Well,
For Honor.
I would see For Honor more like it felt more like Call of Duty, you know,
really?
just with swords.
Oh yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I get what you mean. I mean, the difference is
arena battles,
PvP
stuff.
Yeah, arena battle. It's PvP, whereas the Left 4 Dead is 4v a horde.
That's true. Horde mode, essentially, like Gears of War.
I love Left 4 Dead so much. Like, I played the shit out of that. And when we were playing fucking Outnumber, Outcast, Outlast, whatever it is, when we were playing that one, right, exactly, that's what I said. When we were playing Outlast, it brought me back to, like, memories of, like, Left 4 Dead. And I was like, man, I fucking love the way this is. And I was like, I love that it's me and my homies versus a bunch of fucking monsters, Evil Dead, whatever the fuck. I love that. I just don't like me and my homies versus another bunch of homies.
Yeah.
Or me and my homies versus another bunch of fucking people. I don't like that. I'd like that setting, you know? Like that
I loved it too. Yeah, I loved it too, especially with Gears of War 4. I was sad that got dropped as quick as it did. And even Mass Effect Andromeda, it was kind of a disappointing game, but the multiplayer was fun as hell. I had a blast every time we played. No matter how much ragey we got, it was fun as hell. Just fun as hell. Just straight up awesome. And I miss it. I miss it, man.
Sometimes when we made it to that last round and a fucking noob would take that last life or something would happen or all of us would drop just because one person mistake or some shit. I'm looking at you, Mika. It's not over yet. But as long as that shit would happen, man, some rando would drop and we're just about to fucking leave in Andromeda. I was like... You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. When I know what was more annoying whenever the shuttle was coming.
Yeah.
And the random person always ran towards the shuttle. The other way we always stood at the other side of the map.
It pulled all the enemies where we needed to be. I was like, don't be a dumbass. Don't be a dumbass.
Yep. Usually has Tera. Usually has Digital. We can blame him since he's not here.
He will be getting this. Endor was watching it right now. Actually, I don't think he's watching it. But this is being recorded, and I will be sending that to him later. So, speaking of which, I gotta get his cloud so I can send him that stuff.
But Valve back at it is a great thing. We'll move on to some Black Ops 4 news. This will be 2018. This is the Call of Duty we will get. We're getting Black Ops 4.
I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this.
Yeah.
But it's just like beating on a dead horse.
It really is.
It just needs to take a break. It really does.
It does. Yeah, I agree. Let's try a different direction. Let's try a different idea. But you know what? Like I said, it's a money making machine. And I mean, even if you're a connoisseur of video games, which I'm sure you are, RoboPhil and Slayer. That fucking just them dropping any Black Ops or any fucking Call of Duty, any of that shit, it's just going to get the masses are just going to flock at it. And even if us hardcore people don't go at it, the amount of people that will just run at the video game store and hit that fucking door to get that thing is enough for them to not give a fuck about us. Just put in another one. Go ahead. Fuck, I really hope they put jetpacks in and bring that shit back. I really want to run on walls.
No, that reminds me of Crisis 3 or 2. Is there a 3? In one of the Crisis games, that was so much fun. Oh my god, all that stuff in You could be a tank, a stealth guy, doesn't matter, all at once if you wanted to. It was such a good game.
Yeah, but it's just not Call of Duty. This Call of Duty was fun because it was just basic, and I think even more than what like running on walls and that sort of thing, it's the scopes. You know, like having infrared scopes and the camper sitting in the corner with a scope that can see you from anywhere.
Yeah, see your heartbeat and shit like that. No.
Yeah, there was just so much about that annoyed, and they need to take a leaf out of Battlefield and just take a year between.
Yeah, it's. I think it's. I agree totally with that, and I would like to see a new direction. I mean, you know, I'm going to follow up and look at the videos for new Black Ops and stuff like that, but I don't feel like I'm going to be playing it. There's a lot of good shit coming out, and I feel I'll wait until they like redesign or they come at us with different idea and shit. I mean, I enjoyed this Call of Duty. It was good. I enjoyed it, and I may have overplayed it a little bit. I tend to do that. I get kind of hooked on the game and I'll run with it. And I may have done it with this one. And I was like, but, you know, I don't know. They need to change formula. I'm kind of bored of that shit.
I know. Imagine if they came out with a new IP though. That would like it doesn't have to be away from the military shooter, but something, you know, like a different type of strategy game.
Yeah.
In the military world, I think they need to do something because they're just releasing the same thing over and over again and just, you know, here's a different set of guns, a different set of maps.
Yep.
Go again.
Yeah, for real. And that, you know, and maybe they'll end up going the way of that Battle Royale. I mean, you know, there's not enough games doing that right now. Let's throw a couple more of them in there. I'm fucking snarky as shit right now. I don't even see that shit. Let's bring some positivity in here. All right, I'm positive now. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Man, I sure love video games.
You need to go back to your Monster Hunter. You probably haven't had your daily fix enough today.
I haven't played it since yesterday. I've been playing Tera. And I will play Tera again because tonight, if you do an hour and a half, you get a bunch of fucking goodies for when the game releases. So
I haven't. I injected Nightmare. Still haven't gotten them. Still don't know what it's the same horse, starting horse, but I don't know.
You have to claim it, and then when you claim it, you have.
There's a book. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go over to it, and you have to put it on your hotkey where your horse is to. You just drop Nightmare on top of his picture. So instead of calling him, you call Nightmare.
I get you. That's not. I
People in the
podcast
yet. World know that shit. That's how you set your different mount in Tera. You got to set your different mount because you got to look pretty. You got to look fucking fly. If you don't look fly, you ain't got shit. Right?
I don't know. I'd rather have a go see a Thieves' Inc. tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight's the last night before the game releases.
Is it in skills? Must be in skills.
Are you playing the game right now?
Yes.
E-Rock Carnage?
Yes.
E-Rock Carnage, how dare you play video games this is a podcast about video games. This is serious. Sir, video games, man. You need to put that shit to the side and we're going to talk about video games.
Yeah, we're good.
We need to focus on things that are happening in the world, like Trump's meeting with the video game officials and what happened there. Because you want to hear that. Because I want to talk about it.
Oh man, there's no words. Every time he just annoys you more and more and more. That man.
Oh,
me?
Man. Trump.
Oh, that fucker. Yeah. No. Fuck that guy.
A couple of weeks ago, he decided he was going to have a meeting. I talked about it in the last podcast.
Yeah.
I got to talk about it again because this is the results, and I want to talk about it again. He had a meeting with the heads of the ESA and ESRB and Take-Two. There were some lawmakers there. There's not really much details about what happened because the press wasn't allowed to attend, and people have gotten hold of the manuscripts of it and shit like that. And it pretty much started with him coming out and a fucking video clip playing of like Modern Warfare 2, and there was some GTA sprinkled in there, and there was just a bunch of just violent scenes from video games sprinkled in this video he walked out to. No context. You don't get to know context. I mean, I'm sure if you take a bunch of clips from a bunch of movies, that even a movie that's a great movie and has one scene just to show like the emotion of the character, and that scene's a violent scene, and you take all those violent scenes and put them together and be like, look how violent this is. There's no context there, but I digress on that. I'm just saying that, I mean, how many times have we had the witch hunt for video games?
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, we all get the same video games, most of us. I mean, it's censored in like Germany, a lot of games, but for the most part, we all get them. But there's only one country has this problem.
Yeah.
And it's not video games are the problem. You know what I mean? It's the guns.
It's the scapegoat. That's all it is.
It is,
And-
exactly.
and-
It's like, look over here. Well,
Yeah.
well, this is going on over here. It's fucking, exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is scapegoat, and it's rehashing already dealt with
Yeah.
things like Twisted Sister, self-explanatory, right?
Or-
That shit was already dealt with in the courts, and now he's just, again, a scapegoat. He is avoiding the real problem and throwing it on something else and not taking any responsibility whatsoever.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, you don't have to worry about what we're doing here because it's caused by this.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, like fucking, I heard that one time Slayer looked at a puppy dog the wrong way. Are you going to like a guy who hates puppy dogs?
Depends what type of dog.
I'm just saying, man, it's like, it's exactly what type of dog. It was like the cutest husky dog. I love little
That
husky
matters,
dogs.
right?
That man's a bad man because he
Those
looked wrong at a dog.
Yorkies
one
or
time.
something like that.
I
What
just
is-
see you, Curtis, carrying a pug. I see you to say.
I would carry a pug. I'd fucking love a pug. Oh man, or a little husky puppy or some shit, but not one of those poodles that get like rusty eyes and shit.
PUBG.
That'll go with your
G.
rusty beard.
Pug G, just run around with pugs, and you just, oh, your pug is cute. My pug's cute too. And I was like, that's Pug G, yo. Hold on, I'm going to Kurslaka or whatever the hell it is. Drop down. Let's look at the pugs. Hmm.
You want to hear an interesting fact? I heard this the other day.
Yep.
Only 20% of high school students, the person that done the shooting, only 20% of them play what do you call it, video games?
Yeah.
Not video games. Violent video games.
Yeah.
So kind of most of them don't play them. So it goes against what he's trying to argue. Violent video games are the issue.
It's the same as rock and roll music. It's the same as everything like that, man. It's censorism and it's just scapegoat straight up is all it is. And fucking, I understand, like, you know, how you wouldn't want kids under a certain age to get a hold of video games that are violent and shit like that. I totally get that. When I hear about a 4 or I hear about a 5 or 6 year old fucking playing GTA and shit like that, I was like, what's wrong with the parents?
Yeah,
What is
exactly.
wrong with you? And I was like, but this whole, violence is caused by this and this. No, man, that's not the way it is. But it's like, and they're trying, their main approach to it, and the whole end of the meeting, their main approach was they want to treat video games like alcohol and tobacco. That's the way they want to treat video games when the rating system is shit like that. They want to try to enforce it like alcohol and tobacco. No more details than that, but that's pretty much the angle they want to go at it with. So,
They just need something to point the blame at that's going to take the
course.
blame away from themselves.
yep.
Yeah, it's just aggravating.
Agreed. But on a plus side, Fortnite and Xbox are going to go cross-platform. So, I mean,
This has me Fortnite and Xbox. You mean PC and Xbox?
yeah. I meant there's a partnership. Like Xbox is like, hey, we want to do that cross-platform with you. And Bluehole, it's Bluehole, right? It's Fortnite, no. PUBG.
No. Fortnite is the
Massive,
ones that,
right?
the ones that made the original Gears of War.
Yeah. So it's Xbox One is like, hey, let's do this cross-platform thing, and they were like, hey, let's invite PlayStation over, and PlayStation's like, nope. Oh,
Yeah.
you want me to be cross-platform?
Ooh, we're getting some lag here, fellers. Lag. What's going on here now?
World, and they're like, No, we can't do that because we're worried of online security.
Yeah.
And they're worried about online security, and they're worried about the safety of their players. They're afraid once you can start mingling with the Xbox people, it might be a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, but it was not PlayStation that had their whole issue like a couple of years ago with the whole servers getting hacked, and that didn't happen. I mean, they both have issues with the hackers at Christmas and stuff when they bring the servers down, but it's completely different than everyone's details getting taken.
Yep.
Like at Sony. It was always Sony apparently were more up for it, and used to hear Microsoft were against it, and now it's just completely the opposite way around.
Yep. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Period.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I was like, the more that we create this gamer world where everybody just sit down and play together, I think it's a great idea.
And if you think about it this way, I mean, the video games causes all this violence. No, it doesn't. They're still at home playing the video games to grind for their fucking gear that they don't fucking got, and that's exactly what's happening. Fucking scapegoats.
Like,
I don't know, man.
How violent are they? Well, they're trying to grind for that gear. They're not even thinking about guns, shit.
No.
Damn.
He was that angry. He wrote an online article.
He did it, and it was very strongly worded.
Who Trump did?
No.
Yeah. He calls his online articles Twitter.
He does call them Twitter. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Jesus.
Fortnite is making a mobile version.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's going to be cross-platform with the Xbox One and PC. So Xbox One, PC, mobile platform. So...
Yeah, I mean, hard to know how that's going to work. Is it going to be? I wonder if it's going to be, the way you can get the controllers through Bluetooth on the phones.
Yeah.
Or is it going to be proper? You can just play it off your cell phone or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's on the screen, like the controllers would be on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see how it would be convenient if it was just on the screen, but I could also see how it could be inconvenient. But if they're trying to push the mobile thing, it might do some kind of screen thing. I mean, they're trying to make it so, hey, you're sitting on the bus. Why don't you fucking play some battle? Watch me as I forget the name of it. Don't look at me. Fortnite.
I mean, the only time this really sort of worked was, you ever remember Battlefield 4, where they made a commander mode, and one person could be sitting, in work or on their phone.
Yeah.
And they were the commander of squads. Then you've got the people in the game and their squads of 5, and the commander would then tell the squads of 5 where to go and where to attack. Obviously this isn't like that, but that's the only time I would see it work, and I don't see this working the same.
Tell them where to go like Voodoo does to me every day.
Politely.
This one's for you, Texas. I hope you're watching right now. But yeah. So out of all that, and PlayStation saying, no, we don't want this to happen, Phil Spencer was asked what he thought about this whole PlayStation not wanting to get involved in a cross-platform. And he doesn't think too much about it.
I think he maybe keeping a reserved judgment on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think personally it's more because they've got the bigger fan base. They don't want to mixing, because why would they? They've got the bigger crowd. If a game was to get a wee bit stale, and they had the bigger crowd, so they have the more people still playing a game, where Xbox don't, then if the two's cross-platform, then that never really becomes an issue. So, you know what I mean? It's like if Fortnite died away a wee bit on Xbox, it means it would still be viable.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation would be there. I think that's the way they see it. They just think they're the bigger platform, so they don't need Xbox.
Well, I'm interested to see how it turns out. And maybe one day we'll live in a world where everybody can play video games together. I mean,
Only if you're over 18 and in a bar.
Only if you're over 18 and you're over 21 and you're at a bar. That's where video games are headed. But you can have your guns. You can have all your guns. No, guns don't cause. And fucking NRA will tell you that it was video games all along. Now buy a handgun. Go to Walmart. Open a bank account. Get a shotgun. You know, automatic weapon. No shotgun in Canada. That's Canadian shit. Get yourself an AR-15 and go shoot somebody. I mean, video games. Ding, 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 ding.
Video games are to blame for everything.
Yes, they are. The only thing video games are to blame for is
Good times.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Maybe victories.
And countless hours of
victories and wins, but not for you, Curtis. Yeah, I played video games with you, and it's being in your teams like the last kid when you're doing it's sports day or the football field. You're like the last kid to be picked.
Yeah. No. It's hard for me too, bro. I'm trying to get better. But yeah. Well, Digital's not here, so I hope you put some gas in the DeLorean there, Slayer, because
he's fell.
Need to gun it to 88. Time for that retro moment. Brought to you by Tera Computers. No, it's not brought to you by anybody. Retro moment is in 1987, an NES game called Shadowgate. Anybody here play Shadowgate?
Shadowgate?
Nope, I don't think so. I'm going to look it up at the moment.
It was a point-and-click game that was originally made for the Apple Macintosh. And it was a game where you were a knight and you were in this castle. And the point of the game was to not get murder-faced.
Oh my God, this is an ancient game. Holy moly.
So good, man. It was so good. And it was point-and-click. So you go into a room, you see the doors, so you had options. Sometimes you see an enemy or something there. Nothing really came at you, and nothing really jumped at you or anything. You had to make decisions.
Yeah, text-based for the most part.
Yeah, you walked into a room and there was a room, and at the end of the hallway, you seen a pair of eyes, and the text would tell you you're in an airy room. The room feels really hot as you step in. You see a set of eyes, but when you look over to the right of the room, there was a shield there. And the shield had a bunch of other items next to it. And you knew damn well that you were going to go after that shield and those items. Now, the thing is, second you walked into that room, if you didn't pick the shield to pick up first, a dragon would fucking come out of he was straight ahead of you. And if you went for something else besides that shield, that dragon would roast you. And you would see the image of death come up, and he'd laugh at you. And I was like, the point was you had to get in that room and you had to know to go for that shield. And then when you put the shield up, you'd stop the dragon when he hit you with the fire, and you'd survive. It was shit like that. Shadowgate was so good, man. I enjoyed it. I died a lot.
Sounds like it's made from the realms of D&D.
It was, yeah. It was very much D&D. Yeah, and it was very much D&D when it was when it was scary Tom Hanks D&D, when they went into the cave. You ever watch that Labyrinth movie? Where was it called Dungeons and Dragons with Tom Hanks? And they go into a cave, and when they go into the cave, they actually they're playing D&D, and they get all hardcore about it, and they actually think they see a Minotaur, and the Minotaur is chasing them and trying to kill each other.
I've not seen it, but I'm gonna have to look it up.
Check it out. It's when D&D was D&D was seen as dangerous. Oh, your child plays D&D? It's dangerous. Whereas
mazes and monsters.
Mazes and monsters. That's what the name of it is. Yeah, fuck yeah, mazes and monsters. That is great. But yes,
I have to check us out.
Check that shit out. Tom Hanks as the dungeon master. I believe they take some kind of drug. I think they try to wrap it up that I think they take acid or something, and they're they see a Minotaur, and it's I don't even know, man. I don't know.
Sounds like a movie that should have been remade. All these movies that get remade are terrible. That just sounds like one that should have been done.
Yeah, Sharknado 3. Mazes and Monsters, the remake.
Oh man, I'd watch it.
Yeah, yeah. But that's how they marketed all those movies, right? The Sharknadoes and shit. They didn't market it as this movie kicks ass. They marketed it as hey, you like stupid movies? Boy, have we got a stupid movie for you.
Oh yeah, they knew what they were doing when they made them movies. They didn't try and sell them as a AAA.
There's like 6 or 7 of them bitches now. There's been a few of those movies, man, and they're still going. And they get like people that are like dropped out of Hollywood and shit. And they're like, oh, we could get you for like $3.50 and half a sandwich. You're hired.
I can gladly say I've never watched one of them though.
I have never watched one either.
I'm not about to.
I feel oh God, Cindy's been trying to get me to watch all of them. I love a good bad movie. I do love a good bad movie.
Rawhead Rex, man, get it on a Rawhead Rex.
I think I seen Rawhead Rex.
It's like Clive Barker's like first flick or something like that. It's
Clive Barker. Yep. Yeah, I remember because I watched a documentary of Rawhead Rex too because it was being redone in 4K and re-released in 4K. And there was the whole thing about Clive Barker wanted Rawhead Rex to look like a giant penis. The way he wanted Rawhead Rex designed was he wanted it to look as much like a giant penis as possible. And he was like, he's a monster. He's got to be a giant dick monster. I was like, Clive, you're crazy. He was like, I'm Clive Barker, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Uh-huh. That's the news from the Misfit Brothers. That's what that is. And I'm gonna play some more Tera, and then I might think about some Monster Hunter.
yeah. Beta ends Sunday night.
Yeah.
That's why you need to come play some Sea of Thieves with me.
I can't play no Sea of Thieves.
Oh, I am out of fucking stamina.
You're a disappointment.
A constant disappointment. I'm going to put my time in on Tera to get my rewards, and then I'll play Sea of Thieves. I'll get my rewards first.
Sea of Thieves is only out for like 10 more hours.
Yeah, but I can only get my rewards today if I play right now, because once this day is over, I can't get those rewards again. And I need me a snow leopard.
Okay.
And a wolf.
We'll have to have a serious conversation after this.
A big old stinking.
Oh, shit. Schizo's in trouble. Oh, fuck. He's going to put me at the bottom of the stairs again. He's like, face that wall and think about what you've done.
No Xbox for a week.
No Xbox for a week. Oh, man. But that was great. That was a good one, boys. As always, we would love to hear anything from you, the public. You can reach us at newsinvadersnews@gmail.com. We'd love to hear any questions.
Or ideas, topics.
Ideas, death threats, dick pics, anything really. Just send it like you're fucking, like you care. I mean, shit. And I mean, can't
We should probably give Terry's email at this point.
We should. We're going to drop that down. Digital, could you edit that in there? Edit your email, your personal number at the bottom for us, will you? And you can send all your dick pics to him.
For a whimsically inventive time, get a hold of Digital.
For a good time. Yes.
And don't forget to check out my channel, Carnage Carnival, streaming once a week or so for video games.
There you go. There you go. And I won't talk about the fact that I'm Effervescent Mayhem and I create works of art and crows with gangster stuff on them. Mm-hmm.
I'm just the glue that keeps us all together.
And Robo keeps us all together. He's like that, like the house mother.
And I'm the one that plays video games well.
I can't even debate that. He's not lying. He's not fucking lying. I mean, if I die in a game, if you die in the game Slayer, do you find that it's freeing to know and that you feel safe when Robo is there?
Yes.
Yes, you do. But
Always.
me and you were playing the game and you died, and I was the one who had to save you. How safe do you feel?
Depends what class you're doing. Depends.
Depends what
Okay.
game we're
Sometimes
playing,
yes,
see if we
sometimes
can do
no.
Any game we played, like I got to tell you, when we were playing that Outlast, that Outnumber game there last week, and it was me, Digital, and Robo, and Robo died. Like this thing attacked us. I think it's called a wall smasher or some shit. This thing attacks us, and you can't hit it from the front. You got to weaken it, and you got to stab it in the back because you can see an opening there. Robo decides to die immediately when this fucking thing comes out. So Robo's down, and it's me and Digital left. And I was like, fuck! We are fucked! I was like, it's over, son! And I was like, but the most amazing thing happened. It was like a fucking miracle happened.
Nice.
It was like, Digital was fucking playing hard. Digital, props that out. Digital was playing hard. I died. I was like, we're fucked. Digital got me up. Digital died. I was like, we're fucked. I got him up. Rinse, repeat for about 25 minutes. It felt like eternity. And then eventually we finished it. And we were like, fuck you, Shark Thing. Fuck you. And we won. But that just emphasizes the syllables in saying that Robo is the one that plays video games good.
Yeah. We all play the standard, just not a high one.
I plan to play high standard. Well, that's it. That's the podcast. This is Watch Me. Watch me as I sign out. I know you can't see them, but they're going to do the same thing.
Now you can see me.
Joining. Can you? Thank you for joining. And
thank you, everybody.
I would lie and say I'm doing the same thing, but I'm just holding the phone.
No, he's just doing this. He's like...
Every time. Right.
Right. Nice one, boys.
Blair needs to end it.
Yeah, it's ended. I got it.